2020, a year like no other in living memory. It tested, it stretched, it redefined, and for all of us, it reminded us what we're capable of. We began the year amid one of the toughest bushfire seasons in living memory.
It's been a really challenging time with many people losing homes. Many of our staff have been directly affected or members of their family have been.
The hearts of those who work in Sydney Local Health District were there with our colleagues in the fire zones. Our teams deployed to support recovery efforts in southern New South Wales and the Murrumbidgee.
Felt heard, that we weren't isolated, that this enormous thing that we've been through that actually a lot of us lived but didn't actually see, the rest of the world did see and actually reached out to us and helped us.
At home, we launched the state's first virtual hospital, and then, just as the smoke began to lift, a new emergency was at our doorstep.
I'm declaring a public health emergency of international concern over the global outbreak of novel coronavirus.
If over the summer the firefighters and emergency service workers were our national heroes, over the coming months our medical workforce, our health sector will be the heroes.
We followed our plans. We warned our community, and we prepared for what was to come.
Like everybody else, I'm completely aghast at what is the country's facing and we're facing. Everyone here is anxious about this process, including me.
As you probably know, the situation changes almost on a daily basis, sometimes even twice a day. The name's been officially changed by the World Health Organization. It's now called COVID-19.
It takes a big toll on people. It's relentless, it's all-consuming. You don't sleep, you don't really eat very well. Clearly this is an ongoing, evolving field, and we definitely don't have all the answers yet, but we're working on them.
Sydney Local Health District is amongst the best in readiness to combat this enemy. They moved early and they moved fast and hard.
We were planning on building a new ICU in the unit. We expected it to take us 3 years to build a new ICU. We did it in a week.
As our borders and businesses started to close, we opened the doors to our first health hotels.
You know, it's a surprise. I thought quarantine was going to be in a box where I may perhaps have to just like wave at someone, but it's not like that at all.
Who'd have thought that, you'd be looking after hotels and accommodation and, railway stations and people coming off aeroplanes, but you've all pitched in and done the work, and you need to be all really commended for your responsiveness to do that, which has not only held our district in good fettle, but really has set a real foundation for the state.
And we did what hadn't been done for 100 years. We asked our community to support us by staying at home.
We are doing everything we can to care for your loved ones, your family, and your friends every day.
We need you to do your bit too. Please stay at home.
Reach out to family and make sure we're touching base by technology and by phones or whatever. Make sure everyone knows each other's there, but don't go visit mob. Don't go and let's not carry this sickness to anyone else.
As Australians adapted to life in lockdown, we worked together to continue the fight. We stationed teams to protect the borders and took help to where it was needed the most.
I
feel that we are well taken care of.
Bringing Oz Harvest here has been fantastic, so getting some nourishing food with a health screening and flu vaccination has been fantastic.
Our teams redesigned hospital wards, developed screening and results systems. The numbers were growing, but we held strong. and we were overwhelmed by the kindness of our community. Halfway through the year, we started to see a turnaround.
We simply want to say to you, Australia, thank you. Keep doing it. You're saving lives.
The efforts that everyone is making to keep physically distant are really working.
But as restrictions eased here, our colleagues in Victoria faced the unthinkable.
127 new infections overnight.
It was frightening at the start. You know, it was really that, you know, is this going to continue on this trend, or are we going to be able to get control of it? Are the restrictions that are in place really going to make a difference? And we were really focused on just trying to work on what we could control.
And for the first time ever, the border between our two states was closed.
From midnight on Tuesday, a contingent of police and army personnel will line the crossing with New South Wales.
In Sydney Local Health District, contact tracing teams responded quickly to any outbreak.
If you have any symptoms, please get tested.
And our messages to the community remain strong.
And we'll be answering some of the big questions that you've been asking specifically around this pandemic.
Then we rallied around some of our own.
We have had a number of staff test positive to COVID-19 at Concord Hospital.
There's probably well over 100 healthcare workers impacted.
I can only comment on how proud and pleased I am of the way New South Wales has been dealing with the pandemic. Health officials have been outstanding in their contact tracing. The advice given has been outstanding under these very difficult circumstances, and the community's response has been overwhelming, and I just want to thank everybody.
One of the things I have to say I've been extraordinarily encouraged by is the way that our staff have been supporting each other during this difficult time.
Now as restrictions lift again, we start to look ahead, and we hope.
I think the best part will be in the future, when I get to look back on it and feel that I've really contributed to, you know, the country being able to still keep open and operating.
There's a way to go, but we stand firm, together. 2020. An extraordinary year, made so by extraordinary people.